Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kay and today's video is my empties for February. If you don't know what an empties video is, then it's basically where people just sit on camera and talk about all the beauty products they've used up and finished, and they're basically just talking about their rubbish, but I find them interesting. It's sort of like a little mini review from that person's perspective. They've used a product from start to finish, so they've got a good idea about whether they like it or not, and sometimes it's quite helpful. So I do enjoy watching these videos. I quite enjoy filming them too, so there we go. I've got a little basket here. So I've tended to do these every sort of 2 or 3 months, but this month I seem to get through a few things, and I thought rather than leave it another month and potentially have about 30 items to talk about, I'd just do one now. So here we are. I'm just going to pull out these items one by one in no particular order, but I'll probably get the most repetitive things out of the way first. So for that reason, I'm going to talk about masks. So in every single empties video I've got, there's always masks. I always say pretty much the same things about them, so I'm just going to get these over and done with now. I don't actually have any full face masks this month. I didn't really go very mask heavy this month, so I've got 2 eye masks, or under eye masks rather. So the first one I used was this one from OK. And it's the Ginseng and Eucalyptus under eye mask. I've used it before, I liked it, so this was a repurchase. I still like it. It's really cooling and it just feels really refreshing. I really enjoy using it. Would definitely repurchase that again. And then there was this one from Wonder Beauty. Again, I've used one before. It's the Baggage Claim Gold Eye Masks. I've used one before because they came in a pack of, I think it was about 5 or 6. Pretty sure I had them with FabFitFun. Can't remember which box, but I know that's what it came in. I enjoyed it. I don't think they're anything super special. I don't really think that the gold part does anything major. And to be fair, I'd rather use the OK one than these anyway, but it's nice. It sort of does its job. It gives you a bit of a refreshing feeling under the eyes, but I do find that I feel more refreshed after the OK version than this one. So once these are gone, I'm not going to try and repurchase them. If I get them again, then fine, I'll use them, but no, I wouldn't spend my money specifically on these. Okay, so that's eye masks done, and masks in general. So next we've got, let's go with the next empty packet. So we've got this from Ahava. So this is the Dead Sea Salt Natural Dead Sea Bath Salts. Try saying that when you've had a few. So I've had these before. I had one in a Look Fantastic box, and then this actually came in my last FabFitFun box. They're bath salts. I personally don't really notice any major effects with them. I think they're supposed to have sort of skin softening properties, but I personally don't notice anything like that. I would rather have some bubble bath in my bath than some bath salts, but they're alright. My husband quite appreciates bath salts, but he didn't touch these. I used them all myself, but meh. So as with the eye masks, again I wouldn't repurchase, but if I get them again in another box, I'll still use them. So that's that. So next we've got a serum, and this is from Revolution. Which version? Revolution Skincare. There's so many branches of Revolution, it's hard to keep track. But this is from Revolution Skincare, and it's the 1% Bakuchiol serum, or Bakuchiol. I'm never sure how you pronounce that word, but either way, that's what it is. I really like this. Obviously because it's Revolution, it means that it's affordable, and I did really enjoy using this. It feels nice on the skin, it's not greasy, it's not heavy. It does feel a little bit silicone-y, but I don't know if it's got any silicone in it, but it has that sort of mild slip to it, but it's nothing over the top, and it doesn't make you feel greasy, or it doesn't make me feel greasy, should I say. I just really liked it, and I do feel like it had an effect. It wasn't major, sort of on my forehead and sort of around the lines on my mouth. I do feel like it made things look less dramatic. Again, not massively so, but I could tell the difference, so that's what matters. So yeah, so I do like this, and actually I have repurchased it. There's no ingredients on the back of the bottle, and handily there's a sticker on the back where the ingredients are on this one, so I know if I peel this off I'm not going to be able to see anything. It's just gonna, yeah, it's just gonna rip the box, so I can't see if there's any silicone in it. I would have to look online and leave a little message on screen somewhere for you, but yeah, like it, have repurchased, so that's what I think of that. Okay, so next we've got this. It's a bit worn away on the label, but it's from Essence, and it's the Instant Matte Makeup Setting Spray. I think I got this in a Glossybox sometime last year, and I know I've talked about this before. I don't like it, not for its intended use anyway. As a setting spray, it's pretty awful. Not necessarily because the formula's terrible, but the sprayer on this is horrendous. It literally just spurts big fat globs all over your face, and it's just not, it's not helpful. So I never used it as a setting spray. What I did use it for though was sort of as a secondary primer, or sometimes if I wasn't really wearing a lot of makeup, I'd just spray this on, pat it in as a primer, and then just crack on with my day, or just use a little bit of light makeup on top. But yeah, as a setting spray, would definitely not buy. As a primer, it was alright, but I could live without it, so no, I definitely wouldn't repurchase this. I've got other primers that I like better. I've got setting sprays that I definitely like better, and the sprays work a lot better on them, so no, not for me, I'm afraid. So next we've got this from Crabtree and Evelyn, or Evelyn, and it's the Rosewater and Pink Peppercorn Hydrating Hand Recovery. So again, I think this came in a Glossybox. I think it was the Mother's Day edition for last year, for 2019. I like the scent. It is very, very strong, so if you don't like strong fragrances, or fragrances at all, if you don't like rose scents, this is one to steer well clear of. But I actually quite enjoyed the fragrance. However, I didn't enjoy the way it made my hands feel. It's basically a hand scrub. It's got pumice in it, so it's quite vigorous, which I don't mind. I actually quite like a strong, sort of hard textured scrub, and this having the pumice in it definitely made it do that. But it sort of left my hands feeling oily. The idea is that it's meant to make them feel moisturised, so it's a scrub and moisturiser all in one. But I found that I wanted to wash my hands with soap after using this, and then use a moisturiser on top. So I just didn't like the way it made my hands feel, basically. So again, something that I'm not going to repurchase. I didn't enjoy it for its intended use. So I did use it, I did get through it, but I just didn't really get on with it. So that's that one. So next we've got a hair product, and this is the Redken Frizz Dismiss Rebel Tame I actually quite liked this, and it took me a while to get through it purely because I kept forgetting about it. I'd use it, I'd put it somewhere in the bathroom, it would get put away somewhere, I'd forget I'd got it, and then I'd find it again and use it again. Every time I used it, I enjoyed it. It is something that I would potentially repurchase, but at the moment I've got a lot of hair products going on, so I've got so many to get through and try out. It's just crazy at the moment, considering I don't really do a lot with my hair. I do have a lot of hair products to go through, but I enjoyed this. It did seem to make my hair feel a bit softer. My sort of coarse frizzy bits did seem to sort of calm down a bit. I wouldn't say it was perfect, but I've yet to find the product that is. But out of all the ones that I have tried, this is probably one of the better ones, so it is what it is. So yeah, so that's that. Okay, next. Okay, so this was part of a Christmas present I had from work. So it was the Dirty Works A Soak of Genius Bubble Bath. It came as part of a set. I used this up pretty quickly, sort of a few baths and it was done. Not a fan, so I do feel a bit guilty because it was a present, but I just wasn't a fan of this at all. It smelled okay. What did it smell of? Lavender extract and rosemary oil, and it smelled okay. It wasn't strong. It was quite subtle for me. I would have appreciated a bit more fragrance in this actually. It said with shea butter for a silky soft finish. My skin actually felt quite dry after I'd had a bath with this, so definitely didn't do what it's supposed to do, but sometimes that happens. So yeah, definitely wouldn't repurchase this. I was appreciative of the gift, but it's not something that I would buy for myself in future. Okay, last two products. So first we've got one, that we've seen before, and that is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Bonbon Cream, or Bonbon Cream as I usually call it. I love this stuff. Absolutely cannot get enough of this stuff. This just smells like heaven in a tub for me. I'm quite sad that it's gone. I don't currently have one, but I may have one on the way for March. But yeah, absolutely love this stuff. It does make my skin feel really soft and smooth. It just feels really nice and hydrating. It is quite thick, so it is more like a body butter than a moisturiser, so I tend to use it sort of more for bedtime than anything else. But that scent, oh, so yeah, needless to say, yes, I would repurchase. I kind of already have, it's just not here yet, and yeah, I like it. So last we've got this from Korres, or Korres, and it's the Wild Rose Vitamin C Brightening Sleeping Facial. So it's basically a night cream. It does smell quite heavily of rose. For me it wasn't too overpowering that it sort of made me uncomfortable, but again, if you don't like a rose scent, if you don't like fragrances in general, you're probably not going to enjoy this. I did enjoy it as a moisturiser, but I don't think it did anything for me that my other preferred moisturiser does. So I normally use the Lumen or Lumini Overnight Bright Cream, and I actually prefer the fragrance of that as well. It smells a bit more sort of citrusy, but not overpoweringly citrus. It's quite a light fragrance, so I do prefer that over this. So I probably wouldn't repurchase this, not because it was a terrible product. It did its job, it did what it was supposed to do, but I've got another one that I prefer the scent of, and I've got quite a lot of moisturisers in general that I'm waiting to use, so I actually don't need it. So not terrible, just not really for me. So that is that. And that is all of my empties for February. So it's over to you guys if you've got any thoughts or feelings on any of the products that I've talked about today. Maybe you've liked some products I haven't, maybe you've got a different way to use them, maybe you've not liked some products that I have. Let me know, give me your thoughts in the comments section down below, and that's it then. So as always, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all again in another video very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.